In today's video, we're doing all new fall Dollar Tree DIYs. If you like the look of Quikrete, I know you're gonna like this DIY. So you're gonna need two things for this DIY. A container of Quikrete. You're also going to need one of those plastic jack-o'-lanterns that you can get at so many different stores. Now, I knew I was going to need quite a bit of Quikrete, so you want to get a larger container for this DIY. And you're also going to need something to mix your Quikrete in, a bowl or a bucket. So I'm gonna start by putting in water and Quikrete. And you wanna mix it until it's a pudding consistency, especially since we're going to be transferring it into another container. But you're going to mix up your Quikrete and then you're going to place it into your plastic jack-o'-lantern. Make sure that you cut off that string on the top. It'll just make it easier to use. You're going to repeat these steps until you have your entire bucket full with Quikrete. When you're putting in the Quikrete, I also recommend kind of tapping that bucket to make sure that Quikrete settles. It's going to prevent the bubbles from being in your pumpkin. So fill it all the way to the top, and then from here, before it dries, you want to add in whatever you're going to use as a stem. You guys know I love using sticks from my backyard for my stems, so I cut a stem and placed it down quite a ways into my pumpkin. I didn't have to tape it in place. It stayed perfectly, and I let this dry for a full 24 hours. The next day, I came in and had to remove that plastic. Now, it was a little bit thicker, so you are going to have to use like a box cutter knife, and I just cut sections in the plastic until I was able to completely remove the entire plastic container. I really liked the way this looked. I thought it was gorgeous. You will have some extra pieces of Quikrete that you can kind of just knock off. It's not going to be perfect, but I love the look of it. I did want to add on some leaves just to give it a little bit of color. So I had a few leaves in my craft room that I hot glued to the top portion. But here's how my Quikrete pumpkin turned out. I have something to show you today that makes cooking dinner so easy. It's called the sous vide, and I want to thank sous vide for sponsoring today's video. The sous vide is a smart countertop oven and meal delivery service. And thanks to sous vide, it only takes a couple of minutes to set up dinner. All the meals come pre-packaged right to your door. They're ready to eat. Let me show you how easy it is. Tonight, we're gonna make honey sesame ginger chicken. I'm just gonna load up the ingredients in my two pans. First, we'll add in the chicken. To our second pan, we're gonna add the rice and green beans. Then we'll just do a little bit of olive oil and salt and pepper. All you do is load the meals and tap the recipe card to the sous vide to cook. You can also choose what time you want your food to be ready. So you're gonna tap this part of the card onto the sous vide. The sous vide recognizes my recipe. Now, the most amazing part about the sous vide is it refrigerates your meal until you're ready to cook it. So you can set it up in the morning and have it start cooking later in the day so it's ready when you get home, and it'll keep it refrigerated all day. Sous vide offers over 50 chef-created meals to choose from, and they're delivered straight to your door. The sous vide kitchen robot is pretty amazing. It has over 15 cooking modes. From air frying to slow cooked meals, you get a perfect meal every time. Because my recipe's in the system, it knows exactly how long to cook it. But you can cook anything you want in the sous vide. There's so many different settings. It really couldn't be any easier to prepare your meals, and we all need that. This looks so good. This tastes amazing. The chicken is cooked perfectly. Now, if you want to try out sous vide, and I definitely think you should, I'm going to put the QR code right here so you can scan it with your phone and it will take you directly to sous vide. Sous vide also offers a 100-day risk-free trial so you can try it out. You can also get 16 free meals when you try out sous vide today. I'll put the link for you down below in the description box. I love looking at the bronze figurines on high-end sites, and I knew I could recreate it when I saw these figurines at Dollar Tree. They have these cute little ones out for fall, so I picked up one that I liked. I started by spray painting it black. You want to completely cover it with the black spray paint and let it dry. Next, I'm going to brush on some gold rub and buff. You can use any color you like. I get my gold rub and buff off of Amazon. I will link it for you down below, but you're simply going to place some rub and buff on your foam brush, and then you'll paint it onto your figurine. Now, don't press hard because you just want it to be on that top layer because we want that black to show through. Cover the entire figurine. When you get to the face, I tried to leave the eyes so that they looked a little bit darker. Let this dry, and here's how it turned out. Have you ever wondered what to do with all those clip-on pumpkins that they have at Dollar Tree? Well, let's put together a wreath. You're gonna need a Dollar Tree wire wreath form. You're also going to need 13 packs of this sweater pumpkin to do the wreath that I'm gonna do. So I started by clipping the pumpkins onto my wreath, and I put them the same way all the way around. Now, as I was clipping them on, some of them would like to turn to the back, so I just hot glued them together to kind of hold them in place. So I did 2 rows of the pumpkin. So to go around the entire wreath, I used 13 packs of the larger sweater pumpkins. I also got some smaller pumpkins. I used 4 packs of these, and I'm just going to place them where you see the holes. All the pumpkins don't line up perfectly, and so there's some holes. So I just tried to put them around the top, evenly space them as best I could, and then I hot glued those in place. Now, when I picked up my wreath, I noticed that the bottom half, I needed to add some additional pumpkins. So I added about 5 more larger pumpkins to the inside layer. Now from here, I liked the way it looked, but I still had some gaps where I could see holes. So I knew I needed to add something. So I had these Dollar Tree florals that I bought, I think around the summertime, and I'm gonna cut those off and just place those wherever I have holes in my wreath, and I'll hot glue those in place. Once you're done doing that, you can hang this up in your home for the fall. This is one of my simplest Dollar Tree DIYs, but when I see a gorgeous plate and bowl at Dollar Tree, I have to pick it up for this DIY. This is the simplest tray that you can use for the fall season. So you're going to need a dinner plate and a bowl. Place the bowl upside down, add E6000 to the bottom of the bowl, and then place your dinner plate in the center. Once this dries overnight, you can display your favorite treats. If you made it this far in the video, thank you so much for watching. Comment the word of the day, which is fall. The last time I was shopping at Dollar Tree, I came across these little jack-o'-lantern pumpkins. I feel like these are new. I have not seen them before, but I did want to make them look a little bit more like some pumpkins I saw on Pottery Barn's website. So to do that, I wanted to paint them a terracotta color. One of the new paints that I found this year is this terracotta paint. It's by the brand Folk Art. I will link it for you down below. I'll also put the QR code right here so you can scan it and go to this paint. This paint is great. It's one of the best acrylic paints I've used. It only takes about 2 coats. Now this did take me a little bit of time because I wanted to make sure that I wasn't painting over the face. So I painted with a foam brush and I did 1 coat over the entire pumpkin, trying to make sure I didn't cover that orange or black base portion. And I did this with all the pumpkins. Let that dry, and then the next day I came back in and did a 2nd coat. It really only took 2 coats. Now with the orange faces, I didn't like those as much, so I did add a little bit of the terracotta over the orange. And then my final step was to shake some baking soda over my 2nd layer of wet paint. So I'm just going to shake it on and then let that dry. And it gives it that fun distressed look. Here's how my pumpkins turned out. For our next high-end DIY, you're going to need 2 white vases from any store. Mine are from Walmart, and you're also going to need some napkins. I saw this picture from Magnolia with these gorgeous planters, and I thought it was perfect for fall. So I knew I could recreate this. I just needed to find a napkin that was similar. I feel like I found a great one off of Amazon that I'm gonna be using for this project. So when you're adding on a napkin, you want to just pull off that white backing piece that's on every napkin. Then I'm going to place on some Mod Podge onto the side of my planter, and then I'll place on the napkin. I'll just keep wrapping it around and adding Mod Podge and then adding the napkin in place. Now where the saucer meets the planter, I did kind of cut that portion off. I also cut it off at the top. Now on the magnolia planter, it's brown at the top. So I got out some of my brown paint once that had a chance to dry with the Mod Podge, and I'm just going to add a layer around the top edge of brown paint. Let this dry completely and then add in your favorite plants. If you have any of these arch frames, let me show you how you could use them for the fall. So you're going to start by taking out the glass, and then you're going to need a piece of white cardstock. You're going to use the frame insert to cut out a piece of white paper and then place it back into your frame. You're going to do this with the 4x6 one and the 5x7 one. Now these frames were a little dingy around the edges, so I did distress them a little bit with some dark paint. Next, I'm going to use my oval cutter to cut out some black cardstock, and I want to use these as eyes for my ghosts. I'm turning these frames into ghosts. I'll use E6000 to place these eyes onto my frames. I let that dry, and I think these turned out adorable. I found this fantastic vase at my local thrift store, but it had a big chip in it. So I asked if I could get it for a discount. They ended up giving me this vase for $4, but I loved the large size and I thought I could definitely make this look so high end. So I used a little bit of E6000 to place the broken piece back onto my vase. I let that dry and then I spray painted the entire piece with a black spray paint. Let that dry overnight, and then I wanted it to look like those fun vases we see on Pottery Barn's website that are just a little distressed. So I used two different colors. I had a lighter color, I also had a terracotta color, and I'm gonna use a paintbrush to wipe on the paint. I also used some water to kind of water the paint down, and I'm going to immediately take that paint off with a paper towel. This is going to give me that distressed look. So what I like to do is layer. So I'll do one color, remove it with a paper towel, come back in with another layer. And it might seem like you're taking all the paint off, but you're really just building up these great layers, and it's gonna look amazing. If you ever get too much paint, just add a little bit of water and it'll remove some of that paint that you're not wanting. Once you're happy with the distressing, let it dry, and then you can add in some florals. I found these gorgeous florals from Amazon. Love the color of them. This color is so popular right now for fall. I will link these florals for you down in the description box, or you can scan this QR code to take you directly to those florals. But here's how they turned out. One of my favorite items they have out at Dollar Tree are these stackable pumpkins, and you guys have seen me use these quite a bit. Last year I had the orange ones. I thought it would be fun to add spackling to these. I made them like a darker color and they looked absolutely gorgeous. I also bought another white stacked pumpkin and I put them out on my front porch this year. I got some numbers from Amazon and I stuck them to the front, and that's kind of how I did my front porch, but I wanted to do another DIY for you. So this is one that you could do indoors. So you're gonna stack up your pumpkin. I bought this fabric applique that had these gorgeous flowers on there, and I'm gonna be cutting out the flowers that are yellow and pink. And I'm gonna be using Mod Podge to adhere it to my pumpkin. So I'm gonna start at the bottom and I'm gonna put a little bit of Mod Podge on, and then I'll place the flowers on. I'm also going to be using some fall flowers that I used earlier in a DIY. Do you guys remember when I had that container from Dollar Tree and I put some flowers in there and I also added in baby oil? I had so many of those flowers left over and they were gorgeous. I'm like, we have to use these. So I thought these would be fun to add in with those other florals. So I started to add those on with Mod Podge as well. And I thought it would be cool if it was kind of cascading up the pumpkin. So I added on the appliques and then I would go in and add a few flowers. And I did this all the way up. I kind of took a step back, looked at it, and then from there I just added in some additional flowers until I was happy with the look. But I think this is a fun twist on a fall pumpkin. Did you guys know that they're selling black pool noodles at Dollar Tree? That's amazing. I feel like they have them in every color. The black must be for the fall, but we're going to do a fun DIY with these pool noodles. You're gonna start by cutting a pool noodle in 3 different sizes. We're gonna be turning these into pumpkins. So you want to make them where you have a small one, a medium, and a larger one. Next, you're gonna get 3 yarns. If you're like me, you have yarn in your craft room. You don't want the yarn to be too thick because I did go with one that I feel like was a little too thick, but you're gonna start by hot gluing your yarn, whichever one you're gonna use first, in the center of your pumpkin. Then you're going to wrap it. So you wanna cut off a long enough piece and you're going to have to push it through the center, wrap it around the outside, and just continue to do this. Now these do take a little bit of time, but they're not hard. You're just going to wrap around your yarn and hot glue it to the center. Do this until you completely cover your pumpkin. And you're gonna repeat this with all 3 of your pumpkins. So grab yarn and hot glue it and start wrapping it through. Now I did find that maybe using scissors to poke the yarn through got it through a little bit easier. I also like to have a little popsicle stick. I did have a popsicle to kind of hold the yarn and the glue down while it was drying. Once you have all your pumpkins covered with the yarn, add in a stem. I'm gonna be using my sticks that I use for all my stems. I'll place those in the center. And here's how they turned out. I found this little ceramic ghost at Dollar Tree. I thought it was absolutely adorable. You could keep it exactly like this, but I wanted to put it in my daughter's room. So I changed the bow paint color. I used one of my acrylic purple paints, put it on, and I just added the paint with a foam brush. Let that dry. I ended up doing 2 coats, but how adorable is this? And you can find it at Dollar Tree. Let me know down in the comments what your favorite DIY was. I love knowing your opinion. And make sure you subscribe because I want to see you back here, and I'll see you in our next one. Bye.